Tuning vibration from low to high. I'm Brian Withers, empowerment coach, trainer, and author. Well, the last couple of videos I've been talking about retuning our vibration because we are naturally high vibration, and that is, of course, where we live our good life. High vibration energy means the flow of a very satisfying life in all ways. That's what we came for. And so in this video, I want to continue to get more specific on how we do that tuning, that we can tune our vibration at any time if it's in a low frequency to a high, which means we're going to move from a negative feeling place to a positive feeling place. And that is the retuning that we want to do. And we can do it on any and all topics at any time. And that's what we want to learn. That's really what this is all about. Learning how to use our powerful conscious thinking mind in this way of moving it back into high vibration energy once we find ourselves in that negative emotion. And again, the negative emotion is a very good thing. It tells us that we slipped down from our high vibration state of mind. And so we want to welcome that negative emotion and thank it, and then take thought action to move back up into a better feeling place. So you can, you can always play the game with yourself. What feels better, this or that? So you're looking at a situation and you think a thought. You're thinking a thought and it doesn't feel good. And you could say, well, I could continue to think that thought, or I could choose a different thought. Let me poke around. Let me see what I could think that would feel better than this. So you keep poking around. And of course, what allows you to poke around in a way that you perhaps never been able to poke around before is the knowledge of the creative process. And I'm going to get a little more into that in the next screen here. But we have all kinds of new thought options now that we can choose from when a negative feeling thought on any matter comes into our mind. So I want to start this off with a comment I had on yesterday's video about retuning your vibration. And this was a wonderful little story from a viewer that really demonstrates exactly what I'm talking about, and demonstrates it to a T. So let me read through it. It's not very long, but it's very important. It's a great way to see how this stuff all works. So here's my story of successfully retuning myself. Because of the environment I'm living in right now, I don't really feel safe and secure, so I am manifesting something better. Before going to bed 2 days ago, I just started having the inner monologue, for fears and worries came up. I am safe and secure. I feel safe and secure. I must be safe and secure at all times. If I wouldn't, something horrible would have happened already. Feeling safe and secure feels so good. I love to be and feel safe and secure. I continued with this for a few minutes until I felt this warmth in my heart. With that positive feeling, I fell asleep. Yesterday, then, I went to the washing center and there was no one but one person. Normally, I'm in my own bubble as an introvert, but this person was so obnoxious, eating food and walking around, it made me crazy. Then he came back in to take out his wash. He put down the backpack he had on and turned around, and on his jacket on the back was a word written in big letters. Guess what it was? Yes, it said security. So this is a wonderful demonstration of changing the energy. So let's go through this a bit. What I first want to show is how this fits in with what I'm calling now the 7 stages of manifestation change. I did call it 6, but I'm going to add a seventh stage, and I'm going to tell you why. Because this 6th stage I had, notice your physical life manifesting in the desired ways. But really, there's a step before that, and it's notice your physical life manifestations trending towards what you want. So it's really nice to see the steps rather than going right into the full manifestation, because that really doesn't happen as we switch the momentum. We get signs that show us that we're trending in that direction. So this example that I just read to you fits beautifully in with this 7 stages of manifestation change. And our viewer really achieved a stage 6, which notice your physical life manifestations trending towards what you want. Now, on this topic of this person's life, they obviously achieved a feeling of increased calm, which they did from the monologue that they used with their self. And then they were flowing through their day, of course, and connected in a way with a person who actually was the sign of and the indication that trending towards safe and secure manifestation is on the way. Okay, so if that trend continues, now more things are going to happen that leave our viewer in a completely safe and secure environment. So this is really a great example. Let me go back over to our video here. So this person has made the emotional journey, not the action journey. They didn't go out and say, what can I do to secure myself, and what changes can I make? They did not take the old action journey, right? We think of something we want and then we go into action. This person took the emotional journey. It was so nice to see that they used the power of their mind to set up the energy of the experience that they want, and actually very quickly, within a couple of days, are seeing signs that they're moving in that direction. They didn't say, I will be happy when I am safe and secure. They found a way of feeling safe and secure to start to bring in the happy feeling desire. See, it's completely opposite of what we learn about life. We want to get the emotional feeling of it so that the solution can come to us, versus going out and take the action and trying to make the solution come, which is an action thing, and it's not using our energy, and it's never going to be nearly as effective, and no guarantee. So let's dig further into this and see how the process works in terms of moving from tuning vibration from low to high. So our viewer here would have had a low vibration going about safety and security, and through the power of their mind and this monologue, they tuned into some better language that really meant something to them. Now, other people may say this completely different, and I'm going to get into that, but this is the language that worked for this person, and it gave them that feeling. I felt warmth in my heart, they said. Okay, and that's what we want to achieve, the emotional essence of what we want. And this is why I tell people there's no manifestation techniques. It's learning to find the language that puts you in the high vibration that attracts the thing that you want. There's no particular words or specific words that are going to give you that feeling. Other people would have said this differently, but they would have arrived at that feeling in their heart of feeling that warmth, that comfort, and that's the thing about this process, this understanding of the way that life works. We invite things to manifest by the way that we feel. That's our vibration, and the words that we use are just words that allow us to get to that feeling. So you got to understand that. That's very, very important. Okay, so let me go back here. So in this case, it depends where you are and how you're feeling, but our viewer started right here at this step. They skipped these first two steps, which is fine. You can start in this process anywhere you want to, but the intention here of moving yourself from low vibration to high is that first you find emotional ease and relief, in which they did very effectively, and then they could get more general and specific as they wanted to, talk more about what a safe and secure environment would feel like, and that kind of thing. But quite frankly, if you get to a place of emotional ease, you don't even have to go into anything specific. Emotional ease could be considered general. It could be a little more about a specific situation. But really, if you get to emotional ease, you are now at the vibration of the thing that you want. And if you get more detailed with it, that's just something you can decide to do or not. For example, just to pick a different situation, if you wanted a house, you could just say, oh, it feels so comfortable to be in my own house, for example. So that feeling of comfort is the vibration of the house. Now you could just leave it there, or you could say, well, I like a house that's on the beach, and I like a house that has these many rooms, and that has a pool, and it has this, and it has that. You could go as deep as you want, as long as it all felt good, and it felt comfortable, and it felt easy. That's the key. You're reaching for the emotional essence of it. How detailed or general you are about it is irrelevant. Okay, so just know that. That's another important part of this. So this person was able to use some language and achieve emotional ease, that feeling of warmth in their heart. That's the vibrational frequency of the experience that they want. They want an experience of an environment that feels safe and secure. So you got to have the energy first. The energy's got to come first to invite that. So that was demonstrated very clearly. So that's wonderful. Now, this person may have needed to go back and reconnect with the creative process and just started from a place of saying, if they were feeling insecure and kind of worried about the situation and were really low in that way, a reconnection with the creative process is very helpful to start out the process, saying things like, well, I came here for joyous expansion, and what does that mean? And sort of going through that, or saying things like, I like knowing I am the creator of my reality, and why is that true? Or, I love knowing how the universe is supporting me at all times. So you get into a very general conversation about how life works, and all of a sudden you feel, okay, here, I'm not all by myself, and this hasn't been a random life. I mean, things haven't just shown up out of the blue or anything like that. The situation I'm in is all because of my energy, and it's just the manifestation of that and really showing it to me. And so now there's some relief in that, and then you can go through the steps that says, well, what I'm feeling is not true or accurate. So if you're feeling insecure, well, that's a low vibration. That's not true with the creative process. It's not accurate with the creative process for me to feel insecure. And why is that? And then, of course, you would go into the details, because the creative process tells me that I can have anything that I want, that my inner being's with me. It has listened to me, already knows that I want a secure environment, got it all set up. All I got to do is feel it and line up with it and keep my mind in a good feeling place through the day. So you can go through and further create more ease through that further discussion with yourself. And then you can say, well, what is true? And what is true is, well, I am secure. I was born secure. I am able to have any environment that I want. And so you go through more of a dialogue like that, and you just get used to talking with yourself like this, and to the point where it becomes very automatic. At first, it could be clunky as you learn to talk with yourself in these ways, but it will smooth out like anything, like getting anything and practicing it. It'll get smooth. And then, once you've talked with yourself in these ways, you've gone through 3 ways to sort of build up to a feeling of ease and relief, then you're there. Then you can talk more about the things that you want, and you feel a confidence that, it's not out of the blue. Again, going back to the house example, if you're in a certain living environment in a certain kind of house and you want a different house, sometimes if you just say, well, and start talking specifically about the house that you want, you can get wobbly on that, because you're thinking, well, how's it going to come, and who's going to help me, and a faulty belief will throw up all kinds of questions at you that you really don't have answers to. But if you go through this pre-stage of setting up your mind to let yourself know why it's for sure you can have the house and you can believe it, see, this creates the belief, then you've laid the foundation where you can talk about a house, another house that you want, and you can feel the confidence of it. And so, again, you're not going to build that confidence overnight, but as you talk with yourself over and over, every time a negative emotion comes, and you talk with yourself in these positive ways, you build that foundation stronger and stronger and stronger, and then you can talk with great certainty about the things that you want, and you can feel them, feel the emotional ease of them. You get to the emotional essence of them, which is really the vibrational presence of them, because they are vibrationally present and they're on their way to you. And as you talk yourself into these good feeling places in general, or specific if you like, then you're moving from here to here. Your vibration's going from low to high in a general sense, and then you keep it high. Then you're able to talk in more specifics about the things that you want. So that is a fantastic example. I'm so glad that the viewer posted that example. It was perfect timing to do this video and help to further create understanding on the channel here about how it is that you take charge of your mind and take charge of your life so the things are manifesting that you want. So this applies to everything, and I did have some other notes, people asking me about can I do videos on relationships and other topics, and somebody did say something about they lived next to neighbors and it wasn't a very pleasant experience, and how do they do that? How do they overpower their thoughts, their negative thoughts, so that they can have better feeling thoughts about their neighbor situation? And again, in using this process to talk with yourself is going to help you there, because you can say, first of all, you can say things like, well, let me first acknowledge that I'm here next to these neighbors because of a vibration I have active. So there's a faulty belief that I have active, and to add some humor in it, I've said to people, well, just say you live next door to a faulty belief, because that's really what it is. The people that are in our life are, when it's not pleasant, they are the manifestation of the faulty belief. So whether we have beliefs that say, people are disrespectful, that could be a belief. Maybe we pick that up somewhere, that people tend to be disrespectful. And so then we find a neighbor moves in, and lo and behold, we've manifested that caused the manifestation of that experience, where now we're experiencing disrespect because we've already believed it and talked about it, and now it's there. Or it could be related to a faulty belief about self-worth, and so that I'm not appreciated, or these kinds of thoughts. So again, faulty beliefs. So then you talk with yourself and you say, okay, well, nothing's gone wrong here. It's just the creative process in action. I've offered a vibration, and now that's what that is. So there's some acceptance in that nobody's doing anything to you. And then you can start to talk about, well, what is true? Well, because of this experience, I know that I've asked for a respectful situation, to live in an environment where there's respect and a friendliness and cooperation, and you start talking like this, and you start feeling the feeling of that. Wouldn't that feel nice to be in a neighborhood where people are respectful of one another, and you carry on a story like that to get to the point where you feel it. You feel the emotional ease that's a vibrational reality that your inner being has got set up. And so now you have understood from the creative process perspective why it happened. And it's not true that people are really doing anything to you. They're just showing up in accordance with your vibration. So that takes care of this step. And what is true is, as I experience something I don't like, my inner being creates it. And now, as I feel the emotional essence of it, envision and embrace and embody the experience of that, now I can start to attract, I'm in a point of attraction to start receiving details that's going to give me an experience that is what I want. But as long as I talk about the situation as it is and it doesn't feel good, then I just perpetuate that energy and it keeps being that way. So the way out of parts of our life that we don't like is to stop paying attention to them and talking about them in the ways that don't feel good, and then notice those negative feeling thoughts that we're having, and then use this process to talk ourselves into that better feeling place through understanding that it's just vibrational and what's really going on. My life is getting better because of the situation. It's caused me to ask, and everything is okay. It's on track. Nothing's gone wrong here. It's all vibrational. And that gives you that kind of emotional ease that, okay, I'm in charge here. I can start working on my the way I'm thinking about this situation and talking about it, and look at with some appreciation at it for making me aware and causing me to ask for what I want, and also feeling the emotional essence of the experience that I really want. So now we have achieved 100% satisfaction to the law of attraction, even though we're physically still in that situation that we don't like. And as we stay there in that satisfaction, now the situation can start to manifest differently, and it certainly will. So you just got to stay steady with that vibration. And as our viewer experienced in their situation, they started to see manifestations trending towards the thing that they desire. And that can be true in any case. So I'm going to leave this video here so it doesn't get too long. And the next one, I'll go into talking about more areas of life, like relationships and job and money, health and material objects. I'll just work through that a bit so you get some idea how you can recognize that you're talking and thinking negatively about a situation you don't like. Notice that, and then start to use this process to talk differently with yourself, such that you move your vibration from low, which perpetuates the existing situation you don't like, to high, to the vibration that you do want, and start inviting it. Okay, that's a key word. So as you change the dialogue, you're starting to invite it. It doesn't come the next day necessarily. You can get, as our viewer did, get an indicator within a fairly short time. And again, keeping on that trend, more of a life where there's more feeling safe and secure is going to continue to manifest. So that's how this all works. This is why we're the creator of our reality. We get to look at what's going on, and we either get to offer the same energy and keep it going, or we get to offer different energy and have different things manifest. So it's not about techniques. It's about learning to think differently and change the vibration that you're broadcasting to the law of attraction, so then you start to receive different details that bring you into the experiences that you want. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there for today. Thanks for listening in. If you have any comments, leave them on the post. Thanks again to that viewer for the comment that they left. It was so helpful for this video and for everybody on the channel to see how this works. And have yourself a great day.